Hey there, happy day, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Throw your weight around to supersize your business. How the heck and why the heck should you do that? Well, of course, the expression throw your weight around became popular in the 1900s, and it means to, and it actually came from people that are bigger or stronger or more powerful or in a position of power, exerting their influence, and usually in a mean or rough way. We don't think of throwing your weight around as being a very positive thing or a very, hey, he's throwing his weight around, meaning he's exerting his influence or power or mass. A lot of times this expression became popular because wrestlers and probably football players, I don't remember when football came into being, but athletes tended to be bigger and stronger. And for those of us that are vertically challenged, smaller, that means short, tall people can be intimidating. Bigger, larger human beings can be intimidating. Now, it's interesting that human beings are actually getting bigger. I guess scientifically they've proven that the human species, the human race, is getting bigger over time. Who knows, with the way we eat and take care of ourselves and nutrition, how long that will last. We are definitely getting heavier as a species, you know, at least in America. Has nothing to do with throwing our weight around. You know, we think of gangsters and bullies as throwing their weight around and exerting their position power in a negative way. The whole Me Too movement came from bosses and people in different positions exerting their power in a negative way. Whether you agree with that or not, whether you've personally experienced that or not, you can totally relate to what I'm talking about people throwing their weight around or using power in an inappropriate way. Politicians, athletes, people of influence use their position power. CEOs and bosses and managers use their position power all the time to get people to do what they want. Now, normally you get people to do what you want with respect to the job or the thing that they're hired to do, but it should never be abused and used in unlawful or inappropriate ways. So how can you use this expression of throwing your weight around, exerting power, but not in a mean way, to grow and to build your business? Well, in a couple of ways. Number one, you don't have to beat up your competition. Some businesses actually adopt the strategy of being the big mean enforcer, and it works in different industries. Think any regulatory agency or law enforcement agency or rules enforcement agency, OSHA, ISO, bakery industry. I was in the bakery industry, and AIB, any auditing agency, any financial industry has an auditing, overseeing, regulatory. Think government. The government oversees a lot of our businesses, right? I think FDA, USDA, OSHA, Department of Agriculture, things like that, because I was in the food industry for so many decades. But anything like that, we had really, really nice, kind, super intelligent, smart people in that industry, and then we had people that came in that were just plain a-holes, that were jerks, that just were in a position of power, and they were gonna show you. Now, I always remind people, the way people behave, the way people treat you and other people shows you everything about them, and usually very little or nothing about you. People that are judging and picking apart and criticizing and beating you up and looking to catch you doing something wrong are just showing you more about themselves and the kind of people they are than that you're really doing something wrong. Did a lot of years of auditing and being audited in different industries I worked for, and you know, again, there were the auditors that came in that just wanted to find something that you were doing wrong so they could write the report and move on to the next thing. There were other auditors that came in that were looking to shut everybody that they ever audited down because they felt the sense of power, and they thought that made them look better in the eyes of the organization they were associated with. And then there were auditors, kind of like me, that were there, hey, I'm going to help you do the best job you can, because the better job you do at your business, meeting these guidelines and complying, the better job you are doing serving your customers and the people in the world. Especially in the food industry, that was important to me, because we're feeding people. People are consuming the things that we produce, and it's got to be clean, safe, healthy. I mean, we never, ever, ever want to harm anyone. So my question for you is, have you ever thrown your weight around? Have you used your position power to get what you want in a mean or negative way? Have you ever bullied anybody? I'm sure people thought when I was the editor of my newspaper in high school, I bullied people. I used to throw pens at them if they didn't do what I want, markers at a coffee can of markers I walked around with, and if people were lipping off or snipping, I'd throw markers at them. Very immature. I hate to even admit that I ever did that and managed that way. It was before I learned better, and I went to college and learned how to be an awesome leader and a good manager, not an egotistical position power jerk when I was the editor of the paper. There you go. I guess I've done that too. But how should you do this? Well, number one, treat people the way you want to be treated, right? If we always just treat people the way we want to be treated, would we want to be treated that way? No, of course not. And then my other way of doing that is to highlight the success stories of the people that we work with, the people that we help. People that work in our organization, we highlight them. Highlight the success and the accomplishments of our customers having great results with our products. Focus on our strengths, especially when it comes to competition. Instead of beating up and domineering the competition, just show how expert you are and how awesome you are in your industry, and shine the light on yourself in a positive way, or better yet, shine a light on the people that work in your organization, are a part of it, and make it work and tick, and the people that you serve and their amazing success stories. Do that, and you never have to throw your weight around, because guess what? The people that you serve will talk you up and throw their weight around in a positive way to share the news and the success of your business and how awesome you are. So I'd love to hear if you have any stories about either throwing your weight around, confessions like me, or of having weight thrown at you. I think that, again, the whole Me Too effort, athletes, famous people who speak out about politics and different issues, they're doing that to throw their weight around. Companies hire spokespeople for a reason, because human nature is to think that famous people have more influence and are smarter than others. But guess what? A lot of times they're not. They just have an opinion, and because they've gained a lot of notoriety, because they're good at something that's totally unrelated to the thing they're speaking on, they think that the rest of us should listen to them. So that is my take on throw your weight around today. So go out today, do not throw your weight around. Throw your influence, or spread sparkle and spread positive influence out in the world and in your business, and see how much further that gets you than throwing more negativity into the mix of this crazy world that we live in. If I can help you in any way, or if there's an idiom that you would like to know the meaning of, share in the comments below or direct message me, and I will do that, because this is just kind of my fun project, my fun, different from my business stuff, way of looking at the world and broadening my own horizons and understanding what things mean, where they came from, and even if they're not impacting me personally, what they might mean to the people that I'm coming in contact with, and how I can use them, and how I can think about what I'm doing in my business and my life differently to look for different opportunities and solutions. That's it. Have a great day, and I will, of course, see you tomorrow. Bye.